Mid-March, time to start digging into the trans on this thing and fix that leak. Just a reminder, the transmission in this is a Tremec TKO600 that I took apart a couple years ago to put in a shift improvement kit in it. And I have a leak that I need to get fixed. Situation is that I'm getting leakage between the bell housing and the transmission. It's either the front seal I didn't get sealed up properly, or what I believe it is there's a seal for the counter shaft that's inside the trans, sits a little bit lower than the main shaft. I think that's what's leaking. I won't know until I get this thing apart. My first step will be to take the seats and the carpeting out, and because I have to get the shifter off, and I can actually access a lot of stuff on the trans, like the speedo cable and everything else from the top side. Carpet's out. I probably will have to take out those kick panels to get the carpet back in. Good, but right there is that trans tunnel I made, so need to get that off to be able to take the shifter off. You can see what great access I have to this thing with the tunnel taken off. So what I need to do is take the shifter off, because I got to get this thing low enough so that I can get it back and get it out of the bell housing and such. And then also it's real easy to get at the shift cable here. Shifter and speedo cable are out. Now the rest of it is done from underneath. Start with removing the drive shaft. All right, it's out of the U-joint in the back, or not the U-joint, but the yoke in the back. And it's resting on my crossover, and now we just got to get it back out of the trans. See if I can get it to go. Yeah, there we go. All right. Started loosening up that cross member, and I can tell you, it is not going to work. I'm not going to be able to get it out of the way without getting this exhaust system off. There's just no way I could, because what I have to do is get it tucked back this way, and it has to go pretty far to clear the trans and the amount of space I need to bring the trans back to get it out of the bell housing. So I'm just going to bite the bullet and take the exhaust off. Here's my head pipe. A couple things to note on it since it's out here on the floor is these are those band clamps I bought. They onto the mufflers. They just slide on. Again, they don't seal that well, but man, it makes a job like this much easier. And then these are my header gaskets. And you can see that I had those things sealed really well. Both of them, both the left and the right. And I attribute that to these flex connectors that I put in. It just allows the head pipe to really seal up, the collector to seal up really, really well. You want to get more info on what I did with that because I fought header and collector leaks for a while. I'll go back to my video 96 and that will kind of explain what I did here. Anywho, back to the trans removal. To get this thing out. There we go. So I can get this jack out of here. I cut a piece of scrap 4x4 that I can use as kind of a support on the back of the motor. Right now I'm going to put it on the bell housing back for now. And I don't want to rest it on the oil pan with all the weight of the trans on the back. After I get the trans out, I'll put a support under the back of the engine again, so it doesn't have to rest on those motor mounts. I should be able to. It's gonna go a little more. Lower the jack now and get it out of the way. Move this back just a little bit. There we go. And I should be able to get the jack out of here. There we go. To do this job in the past, I had a cheap Harbor Freight transmission jack, really lightweight. It was not the best one in the world. So I ponied up and got their 800-pound one that's adjustable for tilt left and right and front to back. I picked this up off of Facebook for, it was under $100. This is the last bolt to come out. see here that it is totally loose. Trying to make it where it's coming out of the transmission or the bell housing, trying to make it parallel. It'll come out easier. All right. Scoot it back a little bit. Yep. Nice. Let's come back. Should come out now. Okay. Yeah. To the leakage. This is what I was suspecting it was this cup for the counter shaft, but you can see all of this oil all up here. So I'm wondering if it is the seal for the input shaft, which would obviously make things a ton easier. Because I don't have to pull the trans apart to change that. I can just pull that off on the front of the trans. Here's the bell housing side, and yeah, you can see how wet it is up here. That's where that counter shaft cup is. Obviously it's wet there too if it's all, you know, kind of running down. This, what's left in here is a spacer. See if I can get that out. For the hydraulic throwout bearing, and then the hydraulic throwout bearing itself. I gotta put the camera down and get that out. So that's with the spacer out. This is what the spacer looks like, just like this. That's it for part one. Got the trans out and saw where the leak is. Stay tuned for the next episode where we fix the leak, hopefully.